Have you ever had that strange feeling that your own mind has, well, a mind of its own? Like it's secretly pulling the strings on your thoughts and feelings? If you've ever felt that, you're not going crazy. You're actually onto something huge. So let's just cut to the chase. Is your brain manipulating you? The short answer is, yeah, absolutely. Every single day, your brain is running these little psychological tricks on you, and most of the time, you don't even notice. It's shaping what you remember, what you believe, and even what you want. But here's the twist. It's not doing this because it's some kind of evil genius. It's doing it for one simple reason: survival. See, your brain is an ancient piece of hardware. Its number one job isn't to make you happy or logical. Its job is to keep you alive. And these tricks, they're just old-school survival programs. So in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on that secret agenda. We are going to expose the psychological sleight of hand your brain uses every single day completely without your permission. All right, so here's the roadmap. We're going to break down 7 of the most powerful deceptions. First, we'll tackle the glitches in our logic, the little bugs in our thinking. And then, we'll dive into the really juicy stuff, the tricks that mess with our social and emotional instincts. Okay, let's start with the things that mess with our pure, rational thought. Think of these as the bugs in our mental software, the glitches that distort how we see reality. First up, we have the negativity bias. This is basically your brain's internal alarm system, and it is cranked up to 11. For our ancestors, it was way more important to remember the one berry that made you sick than the 10 berries that were delicious. Survival depended on it. And this is exactly how it plays out today, right? You can get 10 compliments on a project, but that one little piece of criticism is what you're thinking about that night. It's that one rude comment from 5 years ago that still lives rent-free in your head because your brain flagged it as a threat and just refuses to let it go. Next up, confirmation bias. Oh, this one's a doozy. This is your brain acting like a really biased search engine. It's not searching for the truth. It's searching for proof that what it already thinks is the truth. So here's how it works. When you see information that agrees with you, your brain rolls out the red carpet. It gets a VIP pass right in. But anything that challenges your worldview, nope. It gets ignored, dismissed, or sometimes even attacked. This is the engine that runs social media echo chambers, and it's exactly why arguing on the internet almost never changes anyone's mind. Everybody is filtering reality. And the third logic glitch is the illusion of control. Your brain hates the idea that stuff might just be random. It craves order, it craves predictability. So to make itself feel better, it creates the feeling of being in control, even when it's not. This is exactly where things like superstitions or lucky charms come from. You know, wearing your lucky socks to the big game. Logically, it does nothing. But by doing that little ritual, your brain gets a hit of agency, a feeling like you're influencing the outcome. It's your brain's way of whispering, "Don't worry, I've got this," even when it totally doesn't. So those are the logical glitches. But things get a whole lot messier when we throw our powerful emotions and our social instincts into the mix. So what happens then? All right, now we're diving into the deceptions that are wired right into our social and emotional programming. These are the tricks that use our deepest human needs, our feelings, our desire to belong, and sometimes they use them against us. First in this category is social proof. Your brain loves a good shortcut, and this is one of its favorites. If everybody else is doing it, it must be the right thing to do. It literally mistakes popularity for correctness. This is the simple, powerful engine that drives every viral trend you've ever seen. Next, let's talk about the scarcity effect. This one is a huge trigger for our survival brain. Back in the day, if a resource was rare, it was probably super valuable. And today, our brain is still running that exact same software, which is something marketers know all too well. Here's how that little panic happens. You see a sign, limited edition, only 3 left in stock. Instantly, your brain makes a leap. It jumps from rare to valuable. And boom, suddenly this urgent, almost irrational need to have it is created, even if you literally didn't even want it 2 minutes ago. Then there's emotional reasoning. This is when your brain just completely lets your feelings hijack the cockpit. The logic is so simple and it's so wrong. I feel it very strongly, therefore it must be true. If you feel crippling anxiety, the threat must be real. If you feel intense jealousy, the betrayal must have happened. Your feelings are treated as facts and logic just gets thrown out the window. And our final deception is one that causes so much stress. The spotlight effect. This is your brain's deep-seated but totally false belief that you are the main character in everybody else's movie, that there's this giant spotlight following you around, highlighting every single mistake you make.
But here's the reality check. The truth is, that person you're worried about judging you, they're not. They're too busy starring in their own movie, worrying about their own spotlight, and thinking about what everyone thinks of them.
So, we've laid it all out. Our brains are running all these deceptive little programs in the background. It's a little unsettling, right? So what on earth do we do about it? How do we start to outsmart our own minds?
The most important thing to get is this. These are not bugs, they're features. They're survival features that got us here. That negativity bias kept our ancestors safe. Social proof helped us stick with the tribe. We have to remember, your brain's #1 job isn't to make you happy. It's to make sure you live to see tomorrow.
And that realization right there gives you the most powerful tool you have. You don't need to declare war on your brain. You just need to understand it. Just being aware of these tricks is the first and honestly the most important step to regaining control. The moment you can put a name to it, oh, wait, that's just the scarcity effect kicking in. It loses its power over you.
So the next time you feel that sudden irrational urge, or that wave of social anxiety, or the sting of an old insult, you can just pause. You can recognize that ancient programming whirring away in the background. So the real question isn't about the brain's tricks anymore. It's about you. Now that you know its secrets, how are you going to choose to respond?